Hey, it's part 2 of my quickfire Q&A 50 questions answered. Everything about video content creation, about video outreach strategies. Are you ready? Let's go! Should I have multiple YouTube channels for different content? I would personally advise against starting new YouTube channels or even multiple YouTube channels because it takes active effort to manage every single YouTube channel. And having too many channels also means your attention is divided. How should I name my YouTube channel? I would say, as to your YouTube channel name, you probably want to put your real name or at least a name that you often use in games or your alias, right? That people can kind of identify you for. And also your profile picture should be your picture as well. It helps a lot in the searchability and attraction of your YouTube channel. Do I need a call to action for every single video? How do I say it? When it comes to call to actions today, you need to give a strong reason as to why people should take the time to commit to you, whatever the action may be that you want them to do. The more powerful call to actions these days that kind of get more response will be to comment down below so that they feel like they are participating in the video, and also share with somebody that you think this video content would be useful for. Also not forgetting as well, you want to get people to subscribe and follow you for more content like this that is relevant and of value to people. How can I promote my YouTube channel through Facebook? When it comes to promoting your YouTube channel or YouTube videos through Facebook, a lot of people make the common mistake of just pasting the YouTube link directly on Facebook. That is a big no-no because Facebook does not like, in fact a lot of platforms do not like you directing traffic away from Facebook itself. So what people usually do is to cut a Facebook-specific version of the longer form video for Facebook and then just put as part of the video at the very end that the full video is available on my YouTube channel. You can check it out there if you like. What are the prerequisites for making a successful YouTube channel? I think we need to get real from the get-go, which is you do not start a YouTube channel already being successful. A lot of what success is, or what we see about successful YouTube channel, is actually, it takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of hard work, it takes a lot of trying and failing, and then stumbling across something that is golden. But that will not come to you easily because you're a unique person. Even if you copy the formula for a viral video, it may not always work for you. So what you want to do is to get your head in the game and just keep going until you actually reach the stage of success. Where do I find stock footage and royalty-free music for use in my YouTube videos and my Facebook videos? My favorite place to find stock footage, motion graphic templates, and royalty-free music is Envato Elements. Can I post 360 videos on YouTube? Will it work correctly? Yes, you can post 360 videos on YouTube. They will work correctly. Just look up 360 Lion King. Click on the Disney Broadway one. You see what I mean. Do I need to be extra careful about what I say in my videos on YouTube and Facebook? Would it impact my brand negatively? In the world of content creation today, there's a lot of free speech that's being given. I mean, to a relative extent. But so long you're not talking about anything that incites like racial violence, discrimination, political views or things like that are naturally already banned in community guidelines in most social media platforms. So long you're not touching those subjects, if you're just expressing your personal opinion of the matter, let's face it, a lot of people will not like what you say, a lot of people will not care about what you have to say, and then there are people who really like and really care about what you say. It's very much like back in the real world, really. So I would say don't let that stop you, and you should go forth and express your view, take a stand, right? Rather than being a politically correct and silent person. How much time do I really need to allocate ongoingly to create content and to grow my channel? The amount of time that you allocate ongoingly to create content for your Facebook, YouTube, and whatever channels always depends on what is your willingness to put aside time, what's your affordability to put aside time to make those videos great. Because you want to work according to your schedule, not try to force something out of it or try to have like big expectations because I spend a lot more time on it. It doesn't work that way. So it'll work within your comfort zone. Do my videos need to look all like they have high production value in order to get more views and engagement? Well, the short answer is no, not all of your videos need to look like some sort of a blockbuster, because even if you produce those videos yourself, you have the capability, it will also take time, even if it doesn't take money, resources, right? But you also want to think from, does what you create, does the end product sufficiently communicate the value of your content and also sufficiently communicate the kind of perspective you want to create for your brand? How can I learn video making and editing from zero quickly? Nowadays, with the emergence and popularity of YouTube and a lot of content creators, whatever you want to learn, you can YouTube it, like literally type how to make videos and edit videos. You type that into YouTube, you'll find a lot of people teaching you their own unique way of how to do it. Just follow it, just do it, and then you will get somewhere. Do I need to add subtitles to my videos? Are there fast ways to do that? It is generally a good idea to add subtitles to your videos because, well, depending on how clearly or whether there's an accent when you speak, those traditional subtitling tools that YouTube and Facebook use can be pretty horrifying sometimes, right? There are AIs that actually help you to do the subtitling pretty well. I personally use a program called author.ai. I'm trying to get more into video content creation. Where do I find inspiration for interesting topics to talk about? Inspiration for great content is all around us. I mean that literally. Because all you need to look is on, say, Google News, you can look on Mothership, you can look on even SGAG sometimes. You can look at your Facebook Watch, you can look at YouTube Trending, you can look at what's being discussed in your WhatsApp groups. It is full of great content for you to put your personal spin on. Adobe Premiere Pro, Final Cut Pro, Movavi, DaVinci Resolve. What's the difference between all of these softwares? The difference in these four programs is, of course, the complexity of each program and, of course, the capabilities of each program. Which one you should use? I always say that people should use the most high-end one, which is Adobe Premiere Pro or Final Cut Pro, depending on your personal preference. The reason being that if you start with a lower-end software, because it's easier to use and all, when you decide to expand your capabilities, you have to relearn the whole interface altogether from scratch for Adobe Premiere Pro. But if you start from Adobe Premiere Pro and you look up tutorials to do what you want to do with your videos, later on if you decide to expand your capabilities, Adobe Premiere Pro supports all that. It's even used by filmmakers. Will a YouTube video make my brand popular? If you're talking about which is one YouTube video, and you hope that it goes viral, makes your brand popular, I would say that is highly unlikely. You want to get real about it because there are not many, in fact, there are very little overnight successes. And even those overnight successes have a certain strategy that goes behind it and made it a success. So what you want to do is to be consistent about it, to grow and nurture your content, your community, the way that you present, the value that you present to people. And if you organically grow your success from there, then you will make your brand popular in the process. In video recording myself, what are the things that I need to look out for? You need to take note of something called the rule of thirds. You can Google that. And also you need to take note of that you have good clean audio solved by using a lavalier mic as well as adequate lighting. What's a good microphone for outdoor video recording? Good microphones I personally recommend would be Smart Mic Plus, Rode Go, Saramonic Blink 500. I personally use a Sennheiser XSWD. What's a quick tip to make my videos look more professional? Alright, a quick tip would be to make sure that you stand a distance away from your background, and then make sure that you have a ring light in front of you to make sure that you are properly lit. You can choose to dim or even switch off your room lights to make sure that you are really separate from your background. And if your camera supports it, make sure that you are in focus while your background is just slightly out of focus. That will immediately boost the visual or the production quality of your video. Which part of the entire video making process is the most tedious? Can I outsource any of these parts? So there are three parts to a video making process. There is the conceptualizing and also the scripting. There is the filming portion, and then there's the editing and post-production part. Now, all three parts, depending on your personal passion and what you're comfortable with doing, can be a rather tedious process technically. However, if you are going to outsource any of these parts, I would say to at least retain the conceptualizing part, because you are the soul and the spirit behind your YouTube channel. The original idea should come from you, while you can safely outsource probably the filming part and also the post-production bit. What's the best way to learn video recording and editing on my own? Now, of course, there's a lot of masterclasses out there. There's even a lot of YouTube videos out there that will teach you about all you need to know regarding the video recording and video editing process. But there's nothing like jumping in yourself, getting your hands dirty to kind of tweak around and play around with it and find what you're comfortable with doing or not doing, because what other video makers are doing may not be suitable for you. Any tips for corporate video productions? Well, stay away from self-promotion and, buy this because it's a good deal, trust us, choose us because this, that, and all the other. Stay away from content like that, because the only place for content like that is in those irritating ads that 90% of people get really annoyed at and just can't wait to close it. What you want to focus on doing, if you really want to do a corporate video production, then what you probably want to do is to tell a story of your past experience. Tell a story about your vision, what you believe in, and what you're really good at doing. Should I do whiteboard animation videos? The only place for whiteboard animation videos is, let's say, if you run a bank or you are in a really technical industry that you actually need to use whiteboard videos to explain a very complex instrument or piece of equipment that you just don't have visuals for. Otherwise, if you are communicating something, a message that involves people and is for people, then you want to put your face on screen to create the sense of intimacy and closer relationships with the viewer actually. If not, you'll just be creating distance. Do all of my videos need to feature my face? Can I just do animations like the infographic show? Well, there are channels like the infographic show and GoCast, which features a lot of animations and footages that are from other videos. It all depends on what your YouTube channel is all about. A lot of people start YouTube channels and they start creating content because they want to express themselves. And in these kind of videos, you definitely want to put your person there rather than put up some animation, because then it really unconsciously creates a big distance and a big divide between you and your audience. They can't see you, they can't feel you, they just don't see that there is a real person behind the content that's being put out. How do I export my videos small enough for WhatsApp? In fact, you don't need to worry about exporting your videos small enough for WhatsApp, like 100 megabytes or even lower than that. Because however small your video may be, people still need to go and download it. And you'll have a lot of excuses like there's no space on my phone or bandwidth. I don't like to download videos onto my phone, yada yada yada. Instead, what you can do is to make the whole process really simple by uploading your video onto Facebook or YouTube, sharing the link, and it will open an in-app player in WhatsApp so that people can watch it on the go. Should I move into full-time video content creation? So this is a similar conversation to somebody who has a full-time job and then they have a sideline as well. So they're always wondering, when should I quit my full-time job and go full-time onto my sideline? When will it be a viable business? So let's get real here. When you first start creating content, when you first start your YouTube channel, it is not going to be able to put food on the table. But as you progress over time, you start to spend more time nurturing, growing it, you see more possibilities and opportunities appearing. There will come a time where there is reason for you to move into putting more time and effort into a full-time content creator. You know when it comes. When it hasn't come, don't worry about it. That's 50 questions answered. Now, if there's any questions that you have that wasn't answered or wasn't featured at all, put it down in the comments below and I'll answer them for you. As you embark on the age of digitalization and video content creation, you will no doubt have more questions to ask and even nuggets to share. Head on over to the community tab of my Facebook page and click Join Group on the Fireside Q&A with Joel and participate in an ever-expanding conversation for video content creation and video outreach strategy. Be a superhero content creator, and I'll see you next week.